Hello and welcome to the 6-Minute English Learning Podcast by English Studio. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jack. And today's topic is honestly one I'm sadly very familiar with. Why we forget things.
Should I start listing examples for you? Or will you do it yourself, honestly?
Please don't. I already forgot my own keys twice this week.
Twice? In 1 week?
Twice, genuinely. Once I actually locked myself out completely, standing right there on my own doorstep.
That's honestly such a perfect way to start this exact episode.
I thought so too, unfortunately for me.
Okay, so let's actually talk about memory itself first. What is it really?
Memory is basically your brain's ability to store information and bring it back later whenever you actually need it.
So when you forget your keys, your brain just genuinely didn't store that information properly?
Apparently not, no. Or maybe it stored it somewhere but just couldn't find it again fast enough.
That's honestly a bit terrifying if I actually think about it for too long.
Right? But actually, forgetting isn't really a flaw in the system.
Wait, really? I always assumed it was.
No, apparently your brain actually forgets things on purpose sometimes. It filters out whatever feels unimportant.
So my brain decided your keys weren't worth remembering.
Exactly. Brutal, but apparently accurate.
Okay, I've got a quiz question for you now.
Go on then.
According to a famous theory called the forgetting curve, how much new information do people typically forget within just one single day if they don't review it at all? A. Around 25%. B. Around 50%. Or C. Around 70%.
That already feels pretty aggressive. I'll guess B, 50%.
We'll find out later. Keep that number in mind.
Okay, so if we forget that quickly, how does anyone actually remember anything for the long term at all?
That's exactly where recall comes in, actually. To recall means to bring something back to mind on purpose.
Like actively trying to remember, rather than it just happening automatically.
Exactly that. And apparently, the more often you recall something, the stronger that specific memory actually becomes.
So repeating things on purpose actually helps.
Right, which is honestly exactly why repetition matters so much for learning English as well.
That actually makes a lot of sense, honestly, now that you actually mention it.
It really does make sense. Without regular recall, memories just kind of fade away over time.
Fade, meaning it gradually becomes weaker or less clear.
Exactly that. A bit like an old photograph slowly losing its colour over the years.
That's actually such a nice way to describe it, honestly. I quite like that.
Thank you, honestly. I've genuinely been saving that one for a while.
Fair enough. So basically, use it or lose it.
Pretty much, yeah, honestly. Memories that don't get revisited regularly tend to fade the fastest of all.
Which genuinely explains why I still remember song lyrics from years ago, but somehow not where I put my phone 5 minutes ago.
Because you've sung that song 100 times, probably.
Fair point, honestly. Okay, I think it's time for that quiz answer now.
All right then. The answer was C. Around 70% forgotten within just one single day.
70%? That's honestly kind of shocking when you think about it.
It really is quite shocking, which is exactly why reviewing things regularly matters so much in general.
Especially for language learning, I'm guessing.
Definitely, yeah. A little review each day genuinely beats one big session right before you forget it all.
Noted, honestly. I'm also going to start reviewing exactly where I put my keys, apparently.
Please do. All right, let's go through our words from today. First word is memory. Your brain's ability to store and recall information. For example, she has an amazing memory for names.
Second word is to recall, to bring something back to mind on purpose. For example, I couldn't recall his name even though we'd met before.
And third word is to fade, to gradually become weaker or less clear over time. For example, old memories can fade if you never think about them.
That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. See you next time!